Out of here.
My better now, Gwen.
Get out of my sight! Get out of my sight! Oh God, please help me. Child, won't you wait? Won't you open up your eyes? Little one.
Uncle, is there a walk up here from Dr. Brett?
Oh, let her come. What does the doctor say?
He needs to tell you, Reverend, sir, that he cannot discover no medicine for us in his book.
Then you must search on.
Aye, sir. I have been searching to extract rescue, sir. But he didn't tell you that it might look unnatural and into the cause of it.
No. There be no unnatural cause here. Tell him I sent for Reverend Hale of Bedford, and Mr. Hale will surely confirm that. But let him look to medicine and put out all thoughts of unnatural cause here. There be none.
Aye, sir. He didn't tell you. Speak nothing of it in the village, Susanna.
Go directly home and speak nothing of unnatural causes.
Aye, sir. I tell you, Father. Uncle, the rumour of witchcraft is all about. I think you best go down and deny it yourself, sir. It's full of practical people. I'll sit with her.
And what shall I tell them? That my daughter and my niece I discovered dancing like heathen in the forest?
We did dance, Uncle, and let me tell them that I confessed it, and I'll be whipped if I must be. But speaking of witchcraft, he says he's not witch.
Abigail, I cannot go before the congregation, and I know that you have not opened with me. What were you doing with her in the forest?
We danced, Uncle, and when he let out the whisper suddenly, and she just frightened faces, and there's the whole of it.
Child, sit you down.
I love Betty dearly, I would not hurt her.
Now look you, child. Your punishment will come in its time. But if you traffic with spirits in the forest, I must know it now, for surely my enemies will, and they will ruin me with it.
Never conjured spirits.
Then why can she not move herself since midnight? This child is desperate. It must come out. My enemies will bring it out. Abigail, do you understand that I have many enemies?
I perfectly.
There is a faction that is sworn to drive me from my pulpit. Do you understand that?
So,
In the midst of such destruction, my own household is discovered to be the very centre of some obscene practice. Abominations are done in a forest.
what, Uncle?
You call this sport? Abigail, if there is anything you know that may help the doctor, for God's sake tell it to me. I saw Teachable waving her arms over the fire. Why was she doing that? And I heard a screeching and a gibberish coming from her mouth. She was swaying like a dumb beast over that fire.
She always thinks that Barbados done when we dance.
I cannot believe what I saw happen. For my enemies were not blinking. I saw a dress lying in the room.
Dress?
Aye, a dress. And I thought I saw somebody naked running through the
No
trees.
one was naked. You mistake yourself, Uncle.
I saw it! Now tell me true, Abigail, and I pray you feel the weight of truth upon you. For now my ministry is at stake. My ministry and perhaps your cousin's life. Whatever abominations you have done, give me all of it now, for I dare not be taken unaware when I go before them down there.
Nothing more, Uncle. I swear it.
Abigail, I have fought here 3 long years to bend these stiff-necked people towards me. And now, just now, when some good respect is rising to me in the parish, you compromise my very character. I've given you a home, child. I've put clothes upon your back. Now give me upright answer. Your name in the town. It is entirely white, is it not?
Oh, I am sure it is. You know, blush about my name.
Abigail, is there any other cause you have told me of your being discharged from Goody Proctor's service? I've heard it said, and I tell you as I've heard it, that she very rarely comes to the church these days, for she will not sit so close to something which is soiled. What signifies that?
She hates me, Uncle. But she must. Or I would not be her slave. A bitter woman, a cold-blind woman. I would not work for such a woman.
She may be, and yet it disturbs me that you are now 7 months out of their house. And in all this time, no other family has ever called for your service.
Slaves, Uncle, not such as I. They're the sex of Barbados for that. I will not blacken my face for any of them. You should be practicing my best, Uncle.
No, no!
Oh, my name is good in the village. I will not have it taken my name is so. Goody Proctor is a gossiping old liar.
No, I cannot have Putnam.
How high did she fly? How high?
No, Goody Putnam, she never
Well,
flew.
it's sure that she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingleston Farm. She came down light as a bird, he said.
Now look, you Goody Putnam, she never... Oh, good morning, Mr. Putnam.
There's a Providence this thing is out now. There's a Providence.
What's out, sir? What's out?
Right, her eyes closed. Look you at.
I'm strange, heart is open.
Ruth is sick.
I'd not call it sick. The devil's touch is heavier than sick. It's death, you know. It's death driven into them forced and home.
Oh, pray not. Why, how does Ruth ail?
She ails as she must. She did not wake this morning, and yet her eyes are open, and she walks. She hears naught, and she sees naught, and she cannot eat. Her soul is taken surely.
The say you send for Reverend Hale of Beverley.
A precaution only. He has much experience in all
He has indeed. And we found a witch over in Beverley last year. Let you remember that.
Now look, you Goody Ann, I only thought that were a witch, and I'm certain that there be no element of witchcraft here.
No witchcraft. Now look you, Mr.
Thomas,
Barrett.
Thomas, I pray you need not to witchcraft. I know that you least of all, Thomas, will ever wish so disastrous a charge to be laid against me. We cannot link to witchcraft. Oh, help me out and say them for such corruption in my house.
Mr. Parrott, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but I cannot be held back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
But Thomas, you cannot link
And tell Mr. Parrott what you have done.
Reverend Harris, I have laid 7 babies unbaptized in this earth. Believe me, sir, you never saw more heartier babies born. And yet each one withered in my arms the very night of its birth. I have spoken naught, but my heart has clamoured intimation. And now this year, I see my Ruth, my only one, turn strange. A secret child she has become this year. And she shrivels like a sucking mouth is pulling on her life too. And so, I thought to send her to your Tituba.
To Tituba? What may Tituba have?
Your Tituba to speak to the dead, Mr. Parrott.
Well, Goody Ann, it is a formidable sin to conjure.
Well, then I take it on my soul. For who else could surely tell me what person murdered my baby?
Woman!
They were Methodists. And mark this, the proof. Mark it. Last night, my rooms were ever so close to their little spirit. I know it, sir. For why else has she struck dumb now, except some dark force would stop her mouth? It is a marvellous sign, Mr. Parrott, a marvellous sign.
I understand it, sir. There is a murdering witch among us, bound to keep herself in the dark. Let your enemies make of it what they will. You cannot blink it more.
Then you were conjuring spirits last night.
What I said? Tituba and Ruth.
Oh, Abigail, what proper payment for my charity. Now I am undone.
You are not undone. Let you take hold here. Wait for no one to charge you. Declare it yourself. You have discovered witchcraft in your
In
parish.
my house? In my house, Thomas? They will topple me with this. They will make of it a nuisance.
I thought I didn't see her back here.
What are you doing here? Who's this Ruth?
Her grandma came. She's improved a little, I think. She gave a powerful speech before.
Oh, that's a sign of life.
Oh, well, they know nobody. It was a mountain and another light of the shadow put together, I'm sure.
Will you leave me now, Thomas? I would pray a while alone.
Well, you prayed this time. Why did you not go down?
No, no! I have no answer for that crowd. I'll wait until Mr. Hale arrives. If you will, Goody Ann.
Now look you, sir. Let you strike out against the devil, and the village will bless you for it. Come down, speak to them, pray with them. They're thirsting for your word, mister. Surely you'll pray with them.
I'll leave them in the sun, but let you speak nothing of witchcraft yet. I will not discuss it. The cause is yet unknown. I've had enough contention since I came. I want no more.
Mercy, you go back to my room now, you hear?
I know.
If she runs through the window, cry to me at once.
I will, Uncle.
It's a terrible power in my heart.
How is Ruth then? We didn't shine her up. She seems to walk like a dead one since last night. Betty, now stop it. Betty, sit. Have you tried beating her? I gave Ruth a good one. He waited for a minute or so. Here, let me try. He'll be coming up soon. Now listen, if they be questioning us, tell them we don't. We know it's not already. And what more? believe me, it's a tell. I know it. But we've got to tell. Witchery's a hanging error. A hanging like they done in Boston 2 years ago. We've got to tell. You'll only be whipped for dancing. I will be whipped. I never done any of it, Abby. I only looked. Oh, you're a great one for looking, aren't you, merry one? Grand peeping courage you have.
Betty. Betty, now stop it. Betty, yeah? Betty, I'll beat you. Mind, you've been improving. Now listen, I told your papa a few things, but there's no need.
I want my brother!
Betty, what else you? Your mum's dead and buried.
Oh, cry to Mama, let me cry!
I told your papa everything, so there's no need to
You tried blood, but you didn't tell him that. Oh, Betty, you will never say that again. Then you didn't go to John Goody.
Now listen, you. All of you. We've done. We took our candid big sisters down to the grave, and that is all. Mark this. Either of you breathe a word at the edge of the word about the other thing, and I will punish you in the death of some terrible night, and I will bring a point of reckoning that will shatter you. And you know what I can do? I saw Indians smash my dear parents' heads on the pillow next to mine, and I've seen some reddish work done tonight. I'll make you wish you'd never seen the sun go down. Now you, sit up and stop this.
Everyone's got to. It's got to die. It's a sin to conjure a way out of time, everyone.
So you're foolish, you are. Be to death. Did you leave my house, did I not? I'm looking for you more often than my cows.
I only come to see the great doings in the world.
Show you a great doing on your arse one of these days. Now get you home. My wife's waiting with your work.
I'd best be off. I have my roof to watch. Good morning, Mr. Proctor. I'd almost forgotten how strong you are, Mr. Proctor. She's gone since, Doctor.
Rode past my house as a pilgrimage to Salem all morning. Sounds lovely witchcraft.
Hot! Last night, we were dancing in the woods. My uncle let in on us. Just like this.
Wicked yet, huh? You slapped in the stocks before you're 20.
John, give me a word. Stop it.
No, I mean, that's done with.
Oh, you come 5 miles to see the dog fly. I know you better.
Look to see what mischief your uncle's brewing now. Put it out of mind, that.
John, I'm waiting for you every night.
I'll never give you hope to wait for me.
I'm something more than hope.
Put it out of mind, that. I'll not be coming to you more.
Surely forcing me.
You know me best.
Oh, I know how you clutch my back behind your hand. You squash it like a stallion whenever I come near. Did I dream? She was with me. You cannot deny it, you heard. I saw your face when she put me. And you love me then, and you do now.
It's a wild thing to say.
Wild thing, they say wild things. But not so wild. I've seen you. I've seen you now.
You stepped off my farm with 7 months.
I had a sense that you John. The milk source to my window, and I think it gave enough of burning in your loneliness. So you tell me you never looked up at my window.
I may have looked up.
Oh, you must. You are no witch man. I know you. I know you. I cannot sleep for dreaming. I cannot dream that I wake and I walk about the house as if I'm suddenly coming through the door.
Child.
How do you call me child?
I may think of you softly from time to time, but I'll cut off my hand before I have a reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind, Abby. We never touched.
I thought we did.
Aye, but we did not.
Oh, I marvel at how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife.
Oh, you speak nothing of Elizabeth.
My name in the village, she's telling lies about me. She's a cold, sniveling woman. You
Look,
bet.
no whipping.
I look at the John Proctor that took me from my place, the knowledge in my heart. Whether you or pretend to say the one, whether you the lies I was taught by these twisted women and their covenantal men. Now you think to tear the light out of my eyes. I cannot. I will not. You love me, John Proctor. Never seen it. Did you love me? Yes. Don't make me think this. Betty?
Child!
here she flies.
Man, be quiet.
What have you done?
What do you make of it, Rebecca?
We look to you to come to our house to see if you can make our child.
I think you've wasted time. Pray calm yourself. I have 11 children. I'm 26 times grown. And I've seen them all through their silly seasons. And when it's come on them, they'll run the devil's own legs keeping up with their business. I think you've wasted time of it. A child's spirit is like a child. You can never catch it by running after it. You must stand still. For love, it will soon itself come back.
Right, that's the truth of it, Rebecca.
Rebecca, this is not the silly season. My Ruth is bewildered, Rebecca, and she cannot eat. Perhaps she is not hungry yet. I hope you have not decided to insert the blue spirits, Mr. Parrish, like I promised you that outside.
A wide opinion is running in the parish that the devil may be among us. Well, I would satisfy them that they are wrong.
Don't let you come out and call the problem. Did you consult the warden before you called this minister to look for devil?
He's not coming to look for devils.
So what's he coming for?
There'll be children dying in the village, mister.
I see none dying. Besides, he won't be about to swing around your head, Mr. Putnam. Did you call a meeting before you called the minister?
I'm sick of meetings. Can the man turn his head without him having a meeting?
Aye, he may turn his head, but not to hell.
Pray, John, be calm. Mr. Parrish, I think he'd best send Reverend Hale back as soon as he comes. It will only set us all to arguing again in the society. We hope to have peace this year. I think we should rely on the doctor now. And good prayer. Rebecca, the doctor's baffled. If so he is, then let us look to God for the cause of it. Because we see this danger in the seeking of loose spirits. I fear it, I fear it. Let us rather blame ourselves.
How may we blame ourselves? I am one of 9 sons. The Putnam seed of people is promised. And yet I have but one child left of 8. And now she shrivels.
Oh, I cannot fathom that. No, but I must. You think it's God's work, that you should never lose a child, or a grandchild either, and I bury all but one? No, there are wheels within wheels in this village, fires within fires.
When Mr. Hale arrives, you will proceed to look for signs of witchcraft here.
You cannot command Mr. Parrish. We vote by name in this society, not by acreage.
Never seen you worried. So in this society, Mr. Proctor, I do not think I saw you at Sabbath meeting since snow blew.
Trouble enough without to come 5 miles to hear him preach only hellfire and bloody damnation. It's a heart, Mr. Parrish. There are many others who stay away from church because you hardly ever mention God anymore.
Why, that's a drastic charge.
It's somewhat true there are many who fail to bring their children to church.
I do not preach for children, Rebecca. It is not the children who are unmindful of their obligations towards this parish.
Are they really those unmindful?
I should say the better half of Salem village.
More than that.
Where is my wood? My contract provides I be supplied with all my firewood. I'm here waiting since November for a stick. And even in November I had to show my frostbitten hands like some London beggar.
You're allowed £6 a year to buy your wood, Mr. Parrish.
I regard that £6 as part of my salary. I paid little enough without I spent £6 on firewood.
60 plus 6 for firewood.
The salary is £66, Mr. Proctor. I'm not some preaching farmer with a book under my arm. I am a graduate of Harvard College.
I am well instructed in arithmetic.
You look far for a man of my kind of £66 a year, Mr. Corey. I'm not used to this poverty. I left a thrifty business in the Barbados to serve the Lord. I do not fathom it, why I'm persecuted here. I cannot offer one proposition, but I do know that there be a howling riot of arguments. I somehow wonder if the devil be in it somewhere. I cannot understand you people otherwise.
Mr. Parrish, you're the first minister ever did demand a deed to this house.
Man! Does a minister deserve a house to live in?
Right, to live in, yes. But to ask ownership is like you shall own the meeting house itself.
I want a mark of confidence is all. I'm your 3rd preacher in 7 years. I do not wish to be thrown out like the cat whenever the majority feels the wind. You people seem not to comprehend that the minister is the Lord's man in the parish. The minister is not to be so lightly crossed and contradicted.
Aye.
There is either obedience or the church will burn like hell is burning.
Can you not speak 1 minute without me landing hell again? I'm sick of hell.
It is not for you to say what is good for you here.
I speak my heart, I think.
What? Are we Quakers? We are not Quakers here yet, John Proctor, and you may tell that to your followers. My followers? There is a faction in this church. I'm not blind. There is a faction and a party.
Against you, against him and all authority.
Why?
I was fine and joined it.
He does not mean that.
Confessed it. No, I mean it solemnly, Rebecca. I love the smell of this authority.
No, you cannot bring charity with your minister. You are another kind, John.
I'm a drop in the numbers to drag over. Come on, child. Let's find the party. He says there's a party.
I've changed my opinion of this man, John. Mr. Parrott, I beg your pardon. I never thought you had so much iron in you.
Why, thank you, Giles.
It's a death to the mind. What the trouble be amongst us all these years? Think on it. Wherefore is everyone else doing everyone else? It's a dark thing and as deep as the pit. Why, I've been in court 6 times already this year.
Child, is it the devil's fault that a man cannot say you good morning without you clapping for defamation? You're old, Giles. You're not hearing as well as you did.
John Proctor, I've only last month collected £4 damages from you for publicly saying I
I never said no such thing. I've paid you for it. So I hope to make all your death without charge. Come on, help me drag my lumber.
A moment, Mr. Proctor. What lumber is it you're dragging? They are.
Violet, from out my forest by the riverside.
Why, we've surely gone wild this year. What anarchy is this? That forest is in my bounds, Mr. Proctor. It's in my bounds.
In your bounds? I bought that tract off Goody Nurse's husband 5 months ago.
He had no right to sell it. It stands clear in my grandfather's will that all the land between the river and the path belongs to me.
Your grandfather had a habit of willing away land that never belonged to him.
I
That's
don't
plain.
That's God's truth. He nearly willed away my old pasture, but he knew I'd break his fingers before he set his name to it. Come on, John, let's take a lumber home.
You know what open mind and you'll fight to drag it.
I am will win too, Putnam, this fool and I. Come on, John, I have such will to work.
I have my lid on you, Corey. I'll have a bit on you.
Pray you come and take this. Why, Mr. Hale, it's good to see you again. Why, they're heavy.
They must be. They are waivers authority.
But you certainly do come prepared.
We shall need hard study if it comes to tracking down the old boy. You cannot be Rebecca Nurse.
I am, sir. You know me.
It's strange calling you, but I suppose you look at such a good soul, sir. We've all heard of your great charities in Beverly.
Have you met this gentleman? Mr. Thomas Putnam and his good wife, Anne.
I've not expected such distinguished company, sir.
Does not seem to help us today, Mr. Hale. We look to you to come to our house and save our child.
Your child ails too.
It's her soul. Her soul seems blown away. She speaks and yet she walks. And
She cannot eat.
He cannot eat. Do you then have a business children?
No, these are farmers. John Proctor.
He don't believe in witches.
I never spoke on witches one way or the other. Come on, John, help me drag my lumber.
No, John. I have a few quick questions of my own to ask this fellow.
Heard you to be a sensible man, Mr. Hale. I hope you'll leave some of it safe.
Will you look at my child, sir? She has tried to leap out of the window. We discovered her this morning on the high road, waving her arms so she could fly.
Tries to fly.
She cannot bear to hear the Lord's name, Mr. Hale, as a sure sign of witchcraft.
No. Let me instruct you. The devil is precise. The marks of his presence are exactly as his stone. And I must tell you all now that I will not be willing to proceed unless you are all willing to believe me if I should find no bruise of hell upon her.
It is agreed, sir. It is agreed. We will abide by it, sir.
Good then. Now, sir, what were your first awareness of this strangeness?
Why, sir, I discovered her and my niece and 10 or 12 of the other girls dancing in the forest last night.
You believe that?
No, it was secret.
sir, Mr. Parrot's slave has knowledge of Conjuring, sir.
We cannot be sure of that, do we?
I know it, sir. I sent my child, she should find out, in Crucible, who murdered her sisters. Goody Anne, you sent a child to conjure up the dead? For the let God
Here the devil stands stripped of all of his fruit of this bandit. Here are all of your familiar spirits, your incubi and succubi, your witches that go by land, by air, and by sea, your wizards of the night and of the day. Have mercy. If the devil has come among us, we shall find him, and I mean to crush him utterly if he shows his face.
Will it hurt the child, sir?
I cannot be sure. If she is truly in the devil's grip, we may have to rip and tear to get her free.
I think I'll go then. I'm too old for this.
Why, Rebecca, we may open up the boil of all our troubles today.
Well, then let us hope that as I approaches God for this day.
I hope you do not think we go to Satan here.
I wish I knew.
Come, Mr. Hale, let's get on. Sit you here.
Mr. Hale, I've always wanted to ask a learned man, what signifies the reading of strange books?
What books?
What I cannot tell, she hides them.
Does this?
Martha, my wife, you see, I've woken up many times in the night to find her sitting in the corner reading of a strange book.
Why, that's not necessarily anything.
It discomforts me, sir. Mark this. Last night I tried and tried to say my prayers, and could not. Mark this. Suddenly she puts down the book and goes out of the house, and I could pray again.
Stop at your prayer. This is strange. I'll talk further with you.
I'm not saying she's a witch, but I'd admire to know what books she reads.
I will discuss it. Now mark me. If the devil is truly in her, then you shall witness some strange wonders in this room tonight. So please keep your wits about you. Now, Athur, stand close in case she cries. Can you hear me, Eddie? I am John Hale, minister of Reverend Hale. I have come to help you. But do you remember my two little children, Beverly?
How can it be the devil? Why would he choose my house to strike? We have all manner of licentious people in the village.
What trick would the devil want to win a soul or is bad? It is the face the devil wants. And who better than a minister?
Aye, that's deep, Mr. Paris, deep.
Betty, answer Mr. Hale, please, Betty.
If someone afflicts you, Charles, it need not be a woman, mind you, or a man. Perhaps some bird, invisible to others, comes to you. Perhaps a pig, or a mouse, or any living beast of the wood, comes to you and bids you to fly. Abigail. What sort of dancing were you doing with her in the forest?
Why, come and dance in the door.
I think I ought to say, sir, that I saw a kettle in the glass.
What was that we're able to do?
What sort of secret?
Why, it was beans and lentils, I
Mrs.
think.
Paris, we did not notice the Jews. Any living thing later on. The mouse.
I do believe there were some living things.
Oh, well, we never put that in that dumpling.
What Johnson?
Why, only a very little frog.
A frog!
Abigail, it may be your cousin is dying. Did you call the devil last night?
No, I never called him. Did you?
She called the devil.
I should like to speak with this Jew.
Goody Ann,
Will you bring her up? How did she call him?
I know not. She spoke Barbados.
When she called him, did you feel any strange? A sudden cold wind perhaps, or trembling below the ground?
No, I never saw that devil.
You cannot evade me, Abigail. Did your cousin drink any of the brew in that kettle?
No, she never drank it.
Did you drink it?
No, sir.
Did Titipa ask you to drink it?
She tried, but I refused.
Why are you concealing? Have you sold yourself to Lucifer?
No, sir, I never sold myself. I'm a good girl. I'm a proper girl. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. She makes me drink blood.
Blood?
My baby's blood. No, not chicken blood. I get chicken blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children for the devil?
No, sir. I don't trust with no devil.
Why can she not wake? Are you silent through this trial?
I love you, Betty.
You have sent your spirit out upon this child, have you not?
She sends the spirit on me in church. She makes me laugh at prayers.
She have often laughed at prayer.
She comes to me every night to go and drink blood.
You beg me to conjure. She begged me to
Don't
conjure.
lie. She comes to me while I sleep. She's always making me drink corruption. Sometimes I wake and I find myself standing in the open doorway with not a stitch on my body. I always hear her laughing in my sleep and singing her Barbados songs and tempting me with,
Mr. Reverend, I never
I
want
want you to wake this child, Tituba.
I have no power in this church.
You most certainly do, and you have been up on it now. When did you come back with the devil?
I
your death, Tituba!
This woman must be hanged. She must be taken and hanged.
Oh, no, no. Don't tempt it. I tell him I don't desire to work for him.
The devil? Then you saw him. Now, Crucible, I know that when we bind ourselves to hell, it is very hard to break from it. But we are here to help you tear yourself free.
Mr. Reverend, I do believe someone is bewitching these children.
Who?
I don't know. But the devil got some numerous witches.
That's it. Now, Crucible, look into my eyes. Come, look into me. You would be a good Christian woman, would you not?
A good Christian woman.
And you love these little children?
Oh, yes, sir. I don't desire to hurt little children.
And you love God, Crucible?
Oh, I love God with all my days.
Now, in God's holy name,
Bless him, bless him.
and to his glory,
Eternal glory unto him, blessing.
open yourself, Crucible. Open yourself and let God's holy light shine on you.
Oh, bless the Lord.
When the devil comes to you, does he ever come with someone you know, or someone from the village?
Who came with him?
Sarah Good. Do you ever see Sarah Good with him?
Was it man or
Was
woman?
born.
Man, it was woman.
Was a woman? What woman? What woman?
It was black dog.
You could see him. Why did you not see her?
When there was all this talking and running around and
You ain't out to say them. Say the witches.
Yes, I believe them.
You must not be afraid to tell us who they are. We will protect you. The devil can never overcome a minister. You know that, do you not?
Yes, I do, sir.
You have confessed yourself to witchcraft, and that's because you wish to come to heaven's side, and we will bless you, Tituba.
Oh, God bless you, sir.
You are judged to imprison our hands to discover the devil's aims for you. You are selected, Tituba. So speak utterly. Turn your back to him and face God. Face God, Tituba, and God will protect you.
Oh, God protect Tituba.
Who comes to you? The devil. 2, 3, 4, how many?
There was four. There was four.
Who? Give us their names. Their names.
How many times they did me kill Mr. Paris?
Kill me?
He said Mr. Paris must be killed. Mr. Paris no good man. Mr. Paris mean man and no gentleman. And he made me rise up to my bed and cut you through. But I tell him no. I don't hate that man. I don't want you. But he said, you work for me, Tituba, and I make you free. I give you pretty dress to wear, and you raise way up high in there, and you gone back to Bobby. And I said, you lie. Devil, you lie! And he come to me once down there, and he said, look, I have white people belong to me, and I look, and there was good in me.
Sarah Good?
I'm going to I knew it!
Tituba!
Oh, what kept you? Don't look at that time.
Might be far out to the forest end.
You're done.
Aye, well, Miss Cedar. Are the boys asleep?
They will be soon.
Right now for a fair summer.
Aye.
You well today?
I am. He's a rabbit.
Oh, is it? In Jonathan's trap?
She came wandering into the house this afternoon. I found her sitting in the corner, like she comes up into it.
That's a good sign. Walk you did.
Praise God, it hurt my heart to strip her. Oh, rabbit.
Well seasoned.
Took great care. Tender.
I think we'll see green fields soon. Warm as blood beneath those clods.
Well,
Is there broccoli food? I'm going to buy George Jacob Pepper. How would that please you?
aye, it would.
I mean, to be good.
No, it's not.
Tired?
Oh, aye.
Rather confident when you're put by foot dropping seeds in it.
They must be.
Just bring the flower out.
Oh, I forgot. I want some more.
On Sunday, let you come with me. We'll walk the lot together. I never seen such a load of flowers on the earth. Violets? Violets have got a purple smell. Violets that smell of nightfall, I think. Massachusetts is a beauty in the spring.
Oh, it is.
I think it's out again. Right?
You come so late, John. I thought you'd gone sailing this afternoon.
Ah, I have no business in saying.
You did think of going earlier this week.
You're better of it since.
Mary Warren was there today.
Why'd you let her go? You weren't in the bit of go to Salem anymore.
Couldn't stop her.
It's a fault. It's a fault, Elizabeth. You're the mistress here, not Mary Warren.
She frightened almost straight from
How
the
made that mouth frighten you?
She's a mouth no more. I bid her not to go. She raised up her chin like the dawn of spring. And if I must go to stay in the Woody Proctor, I'm an official of the court.
What for?
They have a proper court now. There's a poor judge at the bottom, waiting magistrate at the general court. At the head is the deputy governor of the province.
She's mad.
Would to God she were. There's 14 people in the jail now. And they'll be tried, and the court has the power to hang them too.
They've never hanged anybody, Elizabeth.
Deputy governor promised to hang them, but all of them will not confess. The town's gone wild, I think, John. She speaks of Abigail. I thought she were a saint to hear it. Says Abigail brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks, the crowd parts like the sea for Israel. Both the saint before, and if they howl or scream or fall to the floor, the persons are they're trapped in the jail, bewitching them.
Black mischief.
I think you must go to stay with me. So, you must tell them it is a fraud.
Ah, it is surely.
Let you go to see Regina. He knows you well. Tell him what she told you last week in her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft that she knows.
She did.
God forbid you keep that from me, John. If they must be told.
They must. They must. It's a wonder they do believe her.
I would go now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
Cannot be kept from me.
I know I cannot keep it, as I'll think on it.
Good. Then you think on it.
I'm only wondering how they prove to them what she told me. If the girls are safe now, I think it may be difficult to prove that she's fraud with the town constitution. She told it to me in a room alone, Elizabeth. I have no proof of it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment alone, I.
No, why? Not as you told
Oh,
me.
for a
then.
moment, I said. You must come in.
Wait. Which?
Woman! I'll not have your suspicion anymore.
I have no suspicion.
I'll not have it.
Well, then let you not earn it.
Do you doubt me yet? I've good reason to think before I charge fraud on Abigail. And I will think on it. Let you look to your own improvement before you charge your husband any more. I've forgotten Abigail.
Oh, and I.
Oh, spare me. You forget nothing and forgive nothing. I've gone tiptoe about this house all 7 months that she is gone. I cannot move from there to there without a think to please you. Still an everlasting funeral marches round your heart. Speak when I'm doubted, every moment judged for lies. So I go into a court when I go into this house.
You are not open with me, John. You said you saw her in a crowd, and now you say that you've seen her with
Oh, leave my honesty no more, Elizabeth.
John, I only tried.
No more! I brought you down when first you told me a suspicion. Now look. And like a Christian, I confess. Confess. Some dream I had must have mistaken you for God. But you're not. You are not. And let you remember it. Sometimes the goodness in me. And judge me not.
John, I do not judge you. The magistrate that sits in your heart judges you. I never thought you but a willing man. What bewildered.
Oh, Elizabeth. Your justice would breathe fear. How do you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me? Whip you if you leave this house again.
I'm sick, Mr. Proctor. They hurt me not. My insides are all shuddering. And the proceedings all day, sir.
Oh. And what of these proceedings here? When will you proceed to keep this house? You pay £9 a year to do it. And my wife not only well.
Made a gift to you today, Mr. Proctor. Sit long hours in a chair and pass the time with sewing. It is a fair pocket.
We must all love each other now.
Why? You nuts.
I'll get up early in the morning and clean the house. I must sleep now.
Mary, is it true that 14 women are arrested?
No, sir. I'll be 39 now.
I keep weeping. What ails you, child?
Goody Osborne will hang.
Hang!
Aye.
The deputy governor or permitted?
He sentenced her. He must. But not Sarah Good. For Sarah Good confessed, you see.
Confess to what?
She sometimes made compact with Lucifer and wrote her name in his black book, her blood, and vowed herself to torment Christians until God's thrown down and we must all worship hell forevermore.
Surely you know what a jabber she is. Did you not tell them that?
Mr. Proctor in open court, she choked us all to death.
How choked you?
She sent her spirit out.
Mary,
She tried to kill me many times, Goody Proctor.
I never heard you mention it before.
I never knew it before. I never knew anything before. When she come into the court, I say to myself, I must not accuse this woman, for she sleeps in ditches and so very old and poor. But then she sit there, denying and denying, and I feel a misty coldness climbing up my back, and the skin on my skull begin to creep, and I feel a clamp around my neck and I cannot breathe air. And I hear a voice, a screaming voice, and it was my voice. And all at once I remember everything she's done to me.
Why? What did she ever do to you?
So many times, Mr. Proctor. She comes to this very door begging bread and a cup of cider. Mark this. Whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumble? Why, a person may mumble if they're hungry.
Oh, what does she mumble? You must remember, last month, on Monday, I think, when I turned her away, I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
Why, yes, I do.
And then Judge Hazel asked her so. Osborne, says he, what curse do you mutter that this girl was all sick after turning you away? Why, Your Excellency, says she, no curse at all. Only say my commandments. Let the maid say my commandments, says she.
That's an upright answer, Mary.
Then he asked her so, say your commandments for us. Of all the 10, she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments, and they had her in a flat lie.
And so they condemned her.
But they mustn't, she condemned herself.
But what proof, Mary? What
I
proof?
told you the proof. Hard as rock, the judge has said.
You'll not go to court again, Mary Warren.
I must tell you, Mr. Proctor,
girl to hang old women.
They will not hang if they confess. They're a good and only sit in jail for some time. Here's a one for you. Think on this. Goody Goody's pregnant. Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's near for 60. They had Dr. Griggs examine her and she's full to the brim. And smoking a pipe all these years with her husband either. But she's safe, thank God. She will not hurt the innocent child. These aren't on a marvel. So you see, it's God's work to do. What we got every day from now on. I'm an official of the court, they say.
Official, you
I
very
must not
well.
whipping anymore. Mary promised she'll stay at home. The devil's loose in sailor, Mr. Proctor. We must find out where he
Whip the devil out of you!
I saved her life today. I refuse. Somewhat mentioned. Seeing as how I do this so closely with you, and there we see no sign that you ever sent your spirit out to hurt no one. It is mystic. Who accused me? I'm bound by law, I cannot tell it. I'll only hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more. 4 judges and the deputy kingston governor sat to dinner with us but an hour ago, and I'll have you speak civilly to me from this out.
Go to bed!
I'll not be under the bed anymore, Mr. Proctor. I'm 18 and a woman. I was single.
Do you wish to sit up then? Sit
I
up!
wish to go to bed.
Good night then!
Good night. Oh, noose. The noose is up.
There'll be no news.
I knew it would come to this all week. She wants me dead.
Word of say, they dismissed it.
Not of tomorrow. She will cry me out until they take me.
Sit you down.
She wants me dead, John.
Say, sit down. Now, be wise, Elizabeth.
Oh, indeed, indeed.
Really look. I'll go and find Ezekiel. I'll tell him she said it were all sport.
John, with so many in the jail, more than the help of Jesus is needed now. Would you say this? Go to Abigail.
If I to say to Abigail Williams,
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. The promise is made in any bed.
what promise?
Spoken in silence. The promise is surely made. But it is this that she must vote on now, and I'm sure she does. She wants to see me dead, John. I know it. It is her dearest hope. There be 1,000 other names to call. Why call mine? She has such names in calling such a name. I'm no goody good that sleeps rough in ditches, nor no goody Osborne, drunk and half-witted. She dare not call such a farmer's wife, but there be monstrous profit in it. She wants to take my place.
She cannot think it.
So, have you ever shown her somewhat of contempt? She cannot pass you in church, but you will blush.
Oh, blush for my sin.
Think she sees another meaning in that blush?
What see you, Elizabeth?
I think that you are ashamed, for I am there. And close.
Oh, but when will you know me? I stone, I would have cracked for shame this 7 months.
And go and tell her she's a whore. Whatever promise it is that she must send, break it, John. And kick.
Good then. I'll go.
Oh, but how unwillingly.
I will curse her hotter than the oldest cinder in hell. But pray, begrudge me not my anger.
Your anger? I only
Woman! Am I so base? Do you truly think me base?
I call you base.
How do you charge me with such a promise? A promise that a stallion gives a mare, I guess that girl.
Then why did you answer so when I bid you break it?
Because it speaks deceit. I am honest. See now, the single error of my life twists around your spirit, and I'll never tear it free.
Oh, you will tear it free. When you come to know that I will be your only wife, or no wife at all. She hasn't arrowed in you yet, John Proctor. And you know it well.
Good evening. Why? Mr. Hale, come in, sir, come in.
I hope I do not startle you.
No, it's just that we heard no voices.
You are the right doctor?
Ah, Elizabeth.
I hope you're not up to bed yet.
Oh, no, sir, it's only that we're not used to visitors after dark. Come in, sir. Take your seat.
Let me sit, good one, doctor.
Will you drink some cider, Mr. Hale?
No, no. It rebels my stomach. I have some further travelling yet to do tonight. Will you sit, sir? I have some business
the cross?
No, I come without the cross, my father. I don't know if you're aware, but your wife's name is mentioned in the cross.
Oh, sir, we know it. Mary Warren told us. We're entirely amazed.
I'm a stranger here, as you know, and I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those who come accused before the court. So, this afternoon, and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house.
Rebecca's charge?
God forbid such a one to be charged. She is, however, mentioned somewhat.
You will not think that Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
Woman, it is possible.
Surely you can't think so.
And no man may longer doubt that the powers of evil are gathered in a monstrous attack upon the village. There is too much evidence now to deny it. You will agree, sir.
I have no knowledge in that. I find it hard to believe that so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of good prayer.
Oh, but the devil is a wily one, you cannot deny it. So she is yet far from charge, and I know she will not be. I come now to ask some questions about the good Christian council in this household, if you'll permit me.
We have no fear of questions.
In the book of records, at this appearance, it states that you are rarely in church on the Sabbath day.
No, sir, you're mistaken.
27 times in 17 months now. I must be that rare. Will you tell me why you're so absent?
I never knew I must account to that man if I come to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I am told. But you, sir, why did you not come alone?
Surely did come when I could. And when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Your house is not a church, sir. Your theology must tell you that.
It does. And it tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks on the altar.
What golden candlesticks?
Since we built that church, there were beauty candlesticks on the altar. Francis Nurse made them, and the sweeter hand never touched them now. Well, then Paris came. For 20 weeks he preached nothing but golden candlesticks until he had. I labour the earth from dawn of day to blink of night, sir. I'll tell you the truth. When I look to heaven, and I see my money glaring at his elbow, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes that man dreams cathedrals, not clapboard meeting houses.
But a Christian on the Sabbath day must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children.
4.
Why is it only 2 of that kind?
I like it not that that man lay his hand on my baby, sir. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceal it.
I must say, sir, it is not for you to do. The man is ordained, therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion?
I have no...
Look, I nailed the roof on that church. I hung the door.
Did you? That's a good sign then.
It may be that we have been too quick to bring that man to book. But you cannot think that we ever desired the destruction of religion here, Mr. Hale. I think that's in your mind, is it not?
I have it. There is a softness in your message, sir, a softness.
I think perhaps we have been too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so. Sure. The devil one never loved here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
Surely do. There be no mark of blame upon my life. I'm a Christian, covenanted woman.
Do you, mister?
I'm sure I do.
Well, let you repeat them, if you will.
The commandment.
Fine.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt honour thy father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You said that twice, sir.
Adultery, John.
See, sir, between the two of us, we do know them all. I think it be a small fault, Minister.
The Authority, sir, is a fortune, and no crack can become small.
There's no love for Satan in this house, mister.
I pray it. I pray it is. Well then, I bid you good night.
Mr. Hale, I do think you are suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
I do not suspect you. My only cause is to add what I may to the goodly wisdom of the court. I bid you both good fortune, good health. Good night, sir.
I think you have something to tell me, John.
What's that?
Will you tell me?
I have no proof, Prince. Except my word be taken. Now I know that children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft. Mr. Parris discovered them sporting in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Willis.
Abigail. Abigail Willis told you it had naught to do with
She
witchcraft.
told me the day you came, sir.
Why did you keep this?
I never knew until tonight, sir, that the world has gone daft with this nonsense.
Nonsense. I have myself examined Sarah and Tituba and numerous others who have confessed the witchcraft. They have confessed it.
And why should they not confess if they will hang for denying it? There are them that will swear to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have. I have indeed. And you will testify to this in court.
Not reckoned on going into court, sir, but if I must, I will.
You falter here.
I'm faulted nothing. But I may wonder how my story will be credited in such a court. I do wonder on it. For such a steady-minded minister as you will. Suspicion a woman that never lies. And cannot. And the world knows she cannot. I may falter somewhat, minister. I'm no fool.
Let you open to me now. I have heard a rumor which troubles me. It has been said, you do not believe that there could be witches even in the world today. Is this true, sir?
I don't know what I've said. I may have said it. I've wondered if there be witches. I can't think they come among us now.
But you do believe there are
Sir, the Bible tells us there are witches. And I'll not deny it.
And you, woman?
I cannot.
You cannot.
You bewilder him.
I cannot think that the devil may own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she leads an upright way as I have. I am a good woman, and I know it. And if you think that I may do only good work in the world, and yet secretly bound by Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But you do believe there are witches in you.
If you say that I am one, then I say there are none.
You surely do not fly against the gospel.
She doesn't mean to fly against the gospel.
So you question Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
She believes in the gospel, every word, sir, everywhere. This be a Christian house, sir, a Christian house.
And God keep you both. Let the third child be quick with that time, and do it without fail each Sunday to Sabbath prayer, and keep a quiet, solemn manner.
John! John! Giles? What's the matter?
They take my wife. And leave Rebecca.
Rebecca's in the jail.
She will come and take her in his wagon. We've got an outcome from the jail and not even let us to see them.
But why, they've surely gone wild now, Mr. Hale.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the Deputy Governor? I'm sure he mistakes these
Hey,
things.
calm yourself, Mr. Nance.
My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale. And Martha Corey, there cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
How is Rebecca charged, Mr. Nance?
For murder she's charged. For the marvellous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What's the matter do, Mr. Hale?
Believe me, if Rebecca be taken, then there's nothing to stop the whole green mob from turning. Let you rest upon the godly wisdom of the court. The court will send her home, I know it.
You cannot mean she'll be tried in court.
Though our hearts break, we cannot cease. It's a new time, sir. There is a mystic of the truth so subtle, we should be criminals to stick to old respect for ancient centuries. I have seen too many frightful truths in court. The devil is alive in Salem.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man! Remember, until an hour before the devil fell, God thought him beautiful in heaven.
I never said my wife were a witch. I only said she were reading books.
Exactly what temptation made against your wife, Mr. Ford?
That bloody mongrel Walcott charger. You see, he put that pig off my wife, must be 4 or 5 years ago. And soon afterwards the pig died. So he comes dancing in for his money back, and she says to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to own any. And so he now goes off to court claiming that from that day he hasn't been able to keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks because my master bewitched him with his foot.
Is it you, Proctor?
Right. Mr. Cheever.
Evening all. Evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you come not on business of the court.
I do, Proctor, I'm clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a pity Ezekiel, that honest tailor that might have gone to heaven, must burn in hell for this. You'll burn for it, you know.
You know, I must do as I am told from that. Surely know that, Charles. At least you're not sending me to help. I know the sound of it, I'll tell you. I not the sound of it. Now, believe me, Mr. Proctor, how heavy be the law, all its tonnage I do carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
You said you were not charged!
I know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I'm given 16 warrants tonight, sir. She is one.
Who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged.
On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house. But I like not to search a house. So will you hand me any poppets your wife may keep here?
Poppets?
I have kept no pockets, not since I was a girl.
I spy a poppet, will you, Proctor?
What is it, fairies?
Would you please to give it to me?
But the court discovered a text in pockets now, Mr. Hale.
Do you keep any others in the house?
No, nor this one either till tonight. What signifies a poppet?
Why, they say a poppet. Now, woman, will you come with me?
She will not. Fetch Mary, Elizabeth.
No, forbid to leave her from my side.
Leave her out of sight and out of mind, mister. Go and fetch Mary.
What signifies a poppet?
Why, they say a poppet may signify... A poppet may signify... Why, this!
What's there?
It's a needle. It is a needle!
Why, what meaning has it?
The Williams girl. Abigail Williams. She sat to dinner tonight at Reverend Paris's house, and without word nor warning, she falls to the floor and screamed that a bull would weep to hear. And he going to save her. Found stuck 2 inches in the flesh of her belly. He drew a needle out and demanding of her how she came to be so stabbed. She testified for your wife's familiar spirit. Pushed it in!
Why, she stuck it in herself! You're not taking this for proof, minister!
'Tis hard proof! I found here a poppet Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir. And in the belly, a needle stuck. I tell you the truth. I never warranted to see such proof of health, and I bid you not obstruct me.
Everybody. How did this poppet come into my house?
What poppet's that, sir?
This poppet.
Well, I believe it is mine, sir.
It is yours, is it not?
It is, sir.
And how did it come into this house?
I'll make it to the court to give it to Goody Proctor tonight.
Now, sir, do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle has been found inside this pocket.
I meant no harm by it, sir.
What say you now, minister? You stuck that needle in yourself?
I believe I did, sir.
Child, you sure this be your natural woman? Are you sure that even now someone conjured you to say this?
Conjures me? Why, no, I'm entirely myself, I think. Let you ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Let you ask Abby. She sat beside me when I made it.
Bid him be gone. The mine is surely settled now, Mr. Hale. Bid him out.
Mary Warren, you tried the cold and full murder on Abigail Williams.
Murder? I charge no
A
murder.
needle was found tonight stuck inside her belly.
She charges me? Why, the girl is murder. She needs to be ripped from the earth.
Ripped from the earth, you heard that, sir? Ripped from...
Out with you!
You dare not touch a word!
Out with you!
You've been the deputy governor!
Damn the deputy governor! Get out of my house! Get out with them! You're a broken minister.
If she is innocent...
If she is innocent. Why'd you never ask if Paris be innocent? Or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? Were they born this morning as white as God's fingers? I tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem. Except now the crazy little children jangle the keys of the kingdom. Common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. Not give my wife to vengeance.
I'll go with them, John.
You will not go.
I have 9 men outside, Proctor. You cannot keep her. The law binds me. I cannot budge.
Will you say her taken?
After the court is just...
Pontius Pilate. God will not let you wash your hands of this.
I will go with Gunda. Mary, there is bread enough for the morning. You wake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor as though you were his daughter. You owe me that. Much more. Speak nothing of witchcraft to the children. It will only frighten them.
Come to you, Elizabeth. We'll come for you soon.
Make it soon.
Fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
I fear nothing. Tell the children I have gone to visit somebody sick.
Shaver! Damn you, my dog, Shaver! Oh, that's how I get in! Get silent, Minister! It is a fraud, and you know it's a fraud! Get in the house! Pay you for this, Cheever! I will surely pay you! Leave you stay inside the house until I have gone! You know I must train them all! Get out of my sight!
Charity, Proctor, charity. What I have heard in her favour, I will not fear to testify in court. This consider. The world goes mad, and it profits nothing that you should lay the cause of this on vengeance of a little girl.
Coward! Though you be ordained in God's own tears, you're a coward now!
I cannot see God be proposed by such a mighty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judge is sitting saying now, and hanging promised. We must put the cause proportionate. Were they murdered on perhaps, and never brought to light? Abomination. Some secret blasphemy that speaks to heaven. Man, think on cause, and help me to discover it. But there's your way, believe it, there's your only way, when such confusion strikes upon the world. Let you counsel among yourselves. Think on your village, and what may have brought from heaven such thundering wrath upon you all. I will pray God open up your eyes.
I never had no murder done in Salem.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Oh, now, Giles. Speak on it to mind.
Let you think on it, eh?
Go now, Giles.
We'll come early. Good night, then.
Very likely the letter come home once they've given proper evidence.
Come to the court with me, Mary Bond. You will tell it in the court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
Tell the court how that puppet come into my house. And who stuck the needle.
She'll kill me for saying that. Have your child lecturing on you, Mr. Proctor. I know she will.
So,
I've heard of it. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
and your saintliness is done. We will slide together into our pit. You have to come and tell the court what you know. You tell it in the court. How that puppet come into my house.
I cannot, they'll turn on me!
My life will not die for me. I'll take your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
I cannot!
Make a peace with it. Helena, grapple on our backs, and all our old pretenses ripped away. Make a peace with it. It is a providence. No great change. We are what we always were in Salem. Only naked now. Aye, naked. And the wind, God's icy wind, will blow!
You, Mr. Hale, go in there and demand that I speak. A moment, sir, a moment. But they've been telling lies about my wife.
How do you dare come roaring into this court? Have you gone daft, Corey?
You're not a Boston Judge, Ed Hawthorne. You're not calling me daft.
Who is this man?
Giles Corey, sir, and a more contentious
I am
man.
asked the question, and I am old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, sir. Giles Corey. I have 600 acres and timber in addition. It'd be my wife you'd be condemning now.
And how do you suppose to help our cause with such a contentious riot? Now be gone, your own danger alone.
They've been telling lies about my wife.
Do you take it upon yourself to decide what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside?
I mean no disrespect.
Disrespect indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. Do you know it?
But I only said you were reading books.
Books? What books?
It's my third wife, sir, and I've never had such a wife that was so taken with books. So I tried to find the cause of it, you see. But it was no witch I blamed her for. I have broken charity with her. I have broken charity with her.
Then let him submit his evidence in the proper affidavit. You are well aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hill. Marshal, clear this room.
Come now, Charles.
We are desperate, sir. We've come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife's Rebecca that got condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find you in such uproar, Mr. Nurse. I've only good reports of your character.
Think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
I'll let you write your plea, and in due
Excellency,
time I will...
we have proof for your eyes. God forbid you such misery. The girls, sir. The girls are fraud.
What's that?
We have proof of it, sir. They're all deceiving you.
This is contempt, sir, contempt.
Please, Judge Hopper. Mr. Nurse, do you know who I am?
I surely do, sir. I think you must be a very wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that near to 400 are in jail from Marblehead to Lynn upon my signature, and 72 condemned to hang by that signature?
I never thought to say it in such a way, judge. But you are deceived.
Mary Warren. What are you about here?
She was with the deputy governor. Did you not tell me Mary Warren was sick in jail? In bed?
She was, sir. When I fetched her to the court last week, she said she was sick.
Aye, she's been striving with her soul all week, but comes to tell the truth to you now.
And who is this? John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Your Excellency, this man is mischief. I think you must hear the girl.
Peace. What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirits, sir.
What's that? Never saw no spirits?
Never.
She signed a deposition.
No, I accept no depositions. Mr. Proctor, have you given out this story in the village?
He's come to overthrow this court, sir.
Peace. Surely, aware that the entire contention of the state in these trials is the voice of heaven is speaking to the children? I know that, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you for crying out people to send their spirits against you?
But I pretend to.
I cannot hear you.
It would pretend, she says.
Susan Walcott and the other girls, they are also pretending.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, surely you cannot let so vile a lie be spread in open court.
Indeed not. But it strike hard upon me that they dare come here with such a tale. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether I'll hear your plea or not, I must tell you this. We burn a hot fire here. It melts down all concealment.
I know that, sir.
Now, I understand well a husband's tenderness for his wife will drive him to extravagance in her defense. You must ask you, sir. Be sure in your conscience that your evidence be the truth.
It is, sir. And you will surely know it.
You thought to declare this revelation in the open court before the public?
I thought so would I, sir. With your permission.
Now, sir, what be your purpose in doing so?
I would free my wife, sir.
There lurks nowhere in your heart, nor hidden deep in your spirit, any desire to undermine this court.
I know.
Your Excellency, said Sheila, I think it was my duty, sir. But when we came to arrest his wife, he damned the court and writ your warrant.
Now you have it.
Is it that, Mr. Hale?
Aye, he did.
It were a temper, sir. I knew not what I did.
Mr. Proctor, have you ever seen the devil?
No, sir.
And you were always a gospel Christian?
I am, sir.
Such a Christian that will not come to church but once in a month.
Not come to church?
I have no love for Mr. Paris. It's no secret. But God I surely love. He ploughed on Sunday.
Plough? On Sunday?
I think it be evident. I'm official of the court, I cannot keep it.
I have once or twice ploughed on Sunday, sir. Very sure. Until last year, my land give blood.
Aye, you'll find other Christians that do plough on Sunday, if the truth be known.
I cannot think you may judge a man with such evidence.
I judge nothing! Now, mister, I'll tell you this. I've seen marvels in this court. I've seen people choked to death by spirits. I've seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have until this moment not any reason to believe that the children may be lying to me. Do you understand my meaning?
Excellent, sir. Does it not strike upon you that so many women may live so long with such upright reputation, and yet
Do you
when
read
they...
the gospel, Mr. Potter?
I read the gospel. I think not.
Or you would surely know that Cain were an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Ah, God tells us that. But who tells us that Rebecca Nurse murdered 7 babies by sending a spirit out on them? It is the children only. And this one is where she lied to you.
Aye, she's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states she is now pregnant.
All right. Pregnant?
There be no sign of it. We've examined her body.
But if she says she's pregnant, sir, then she must be. That woman will never lie, sir.
She will not.
Never, sir, never.
We thought it too convenient to be credited. However, she will be kept another month, and if she starts to show her natural signs, she shall be set free for a year until she has delivered. What say you to that? And you say your only reason is to free your wife. Well, then she is free for another year, and a year is long. What say you, mister? Will you drop the charge?
I think I cannot.
Then your purpose be somewhat larger.
He's come to overthrow the court.
These are my friends, sir. Their wives are also accused.
I judge you not. I'm ready to hear your evidence.
I come not to work before
Marshal, go into the court and bid Judge Stanton and Judge Sue declare recess for 1 hour, and let them go to the tavern if they will. All witnesses and prisoners are to remain in the building.
Aye, sir. And if I may say it, sir, I've known this man all my life. He's a good man.
I'm sure of it, Marshal. Now, Mr. Potter, your deposition, and I beg you be clear, open as the sky, and honest.
Well, I'm no lawyer,
The
sir.
good in heart need no lawyers. Pray proceed as you will.
If you'll read this book, sir, it's a sort of testament. Declared a good opinion of Rebecca, and my wife, and Martha Corey.
They're good at it.
These are all landholding farmers, sir. Members of the church. You'll notice, sir, that they've known the women many years and never saw no sign they had dealings with the devil.
How many names have you?
Nancy Wonder, these people should be summoned. The question, Mr. Danforth,
I gave them all the word that they'd come to no harm.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Is there a defence and attack upon the court? Can no one hear?
All innocent and Christian people are happy for the court's insane. These people are gloomy for it. And I think you'll want to know, sir, from each and every one of them what this contends with you.
They ought to be examined, sir.
It is not necessarily
They're
an
all
attack.
covenanted Christians, sir.
Then I am sure they have nothing to fear, sir. Marshal, have warrants brought for all these people. Arrest for examination. Now, Mr. Proctor, what other information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
Got trouble on these people.
No, sir, you have not brought trouble on them if they are of good conscience. But you must understand, sir, a person is either with this court or he must be counted against it. This is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusty afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befalling the world. Now by the grace of God the shining sun is up, and let them that love fear it praise it. I hope you'll be one of those. She's not happy, I see.
No, she's not. Now, what the angel Raphael said to the boy Tobias. Remember, and that which is good, and no harm shall come to me.
Come, man, we wait you.
John, give him my deposition.
Oh. This is Mr. Corey's deposition, sir.
Wire through this, Corey.
You know I never hired a lawyer in my life, Reverend.
It is very well phrased, Mr. Corey. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Thomas Putnam is in court, would you bring in India? You've no legal training, you say?
I have the best, sir. I am 33 times in court in my life, and always plaintiff.
And you're much put upon.
I am never put upon. I know my rights and will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine, might be 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke of it to you.
No, I cannot recall it.
That's strange. He was a fair judge, your father. He gave me £9 damages. You see, I had this white mare, and this chap came along to borrow him. Aye, there he is.
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Giles Corey against you, in which he states that you coldly prompted your daughter to declare witchery upon George Jacobs, who is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your case is a lie. What say you to that?
A fart on Thomas Putnam is what I have to say to that.
And what proof do you have for your evidence,
My
man?
proof is there. If Jacob hangs for a witch, he forfeit his land, that's law. And there's none but Putnam with coin enough to buy so great a piece. The man is killing his neighbours for their land.
But proof, sir, proof!
My proof is there. I have it from an honest man who heard Putnam say the day his daughter cried witchery on Jacob, he said she'd given him a fair gift of the land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man who gave you this information.
Why, I cannot give you any name.
And why not?
You know well why not. You'll lay in jail if I mention his name.
This is contempt of the court, Mr. Danforth.
You will surely tell us his name.
I mentioned my wife's name once, and I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand mute.
Then I have no choice but to arrest you in contempt of this court. Do you know that?
You cannot clap me in contempt for a hearing.
No, it is a proper lawyer. Would you have me declare this court in full session now, or will you give me a good reply?
I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. The court is now in session. Begin the record.
The story, confidence. The devil lives on such confidences. Without confidences, there could be no conspiracy, Your Honour.
I think it must be broken, sir.
Oh, man. If your informant tell the truth, then let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hide in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and central church demand of you the name and claim that Thomas Putnam was a common murderer.
Excellency, we cannot think it more. There was a prodigious fear of this court.
Then there is a prodigious guilt in the country. You surely do not fear to be questioned here, Mr. Hale.
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but nevertheless there is a fear in the country.
There reproach me not with the fear in the country. There's a fear in the country because there's a moving plot to trouble Christ in the country.
But it does not follow that everyone accuses part of it.
No uncorrupt man may fear this court, Mr. Hale, none. You are arrested for contempt in this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you'll be sitting jail till you decide to answer all questions.
No, John!
I'll tell your throat yet, Putnam.
Please, John!
I'll kill you yet.
Please!
Prove ourselves now, we will.
Say nothing more, John. He's only playing you. He means to hang us all.
This is a court of law, Mr. Hobb. No effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir, for his old age. Please, Charles, please. Bring it on now. Do not weep, Mary. Remember the angel. What he said to the boy. On to it now. There is your rock. This is Mary Warren's deposition, sir. When you read it, I'll have you remember that until 2 weeks ago, she was no different than the other children are today. You saw her scream. She howled. She swore familiar spirits tried to choke her. She even testified that Satan, in the guise of other women now in jail, tried to win her soul away. And then when she...
Yes, we know all this.
Well, now she swears that she never saw Satan, nor any spirits, vague or clear, that Satan may have sent to her. And she declares that her friends be lying now.
Excellency. And seeing this goes to the heart of the matter.
Surely does.
I cannot say he is an honest man. I know him little. But in all justice, sir, a pain so weighty, let not a farmer get to you. Lord, sir,
Now look here, Mr. Hale.
I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not sign away a life without there be evidence so immaculate, no slightest qualm of my conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
I have this morning signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. I'll not conceal it. My hand shaking yet with the wound. I beg you, let this boy is present to you.
Mr. Hale, for such a learned man, you are indeed most bewildered. I hope you'll forgive me, sir. I've been 32 years at the bar, and I'd be confounded were I to be called on to defend these people. I'd like you to consider now, and I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary time, how does one defend the accused? One calls up witnesses to prove their innocence. But witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime. Therefore, who can possibly witness it? A witch and the victim, none of us. Now, we cannot hope that the witch will condemn herself. Therefore, we must rely upon the testimony of their victims. And they do testify. The children surely do testify. As for the witches will not deny, we are all very keen for their confessions. Therefore, what more is there for a lawyer to bring out? I think I've said my piece.
But this child claims that the girls are not...
That is exactly what I am about to consider. What more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity.
I surely do not, sir. Let you consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. Her deposition was the proper.
I would like to question...
Don't pray you, Mr. Parrish, be silent! Russell, go into the court and bring the children in here. Now, Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout these past few weeks? Has Mr. Proctor threatened you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
You tell me you stood in my court, callously lying when you knew that people would hang by your evidence?
I did, sir.
How were you instructed in your life? Do you not know that God damns all liars? Or is it now that you
No,
lie?
sir. I'm with God now.
You are with God now.
Aye, sir.
I tell you this, Charles, you're either lying now, or you were lying in my court, and either way you've committed perjury, and you'll go to jail for it. You cannot lightly say you lied, Mary. Do you know that?
I cannot lie no more. I'm with God. I'm with God.
Ruth Putnam's not in court, sir. Neither are the other girls.
These will be sufficient. Sit it down, children. Now, I have here a deposition by Mary Warren, in which she states that she never saw any familiar spirits, manifestations of the devil, nor any apparitions. She also says that neither of you have seen it either. Now, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Holy Bible, and the Bible writ by Almighty God forbade the practice of witchcraft and described death as a penalty thereof. But likewise, children, the Bible damns all bearers of false witness. Now, it does not escape me that this deposition may be said to blind us. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract us from our sacred purpose. If so, a neck will break for it. If she speaks true, children, I beg you now, drop your guiles and confess your sins, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams Rice, is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very argument will now be driven deep into your souls until honesty has been proved. Will either of you change your way, or do you force me to hard questioning?
I have naught to change, sir. Should I?
You would still go on with this?
Aye, sir.
Abigail, a puppet was found in Mr. Proctor's house. Mary Warren states how you sat next to her in the court and saw how she made it, and saw how she stuck the needle into it for safekeeping. What say you to that?
Oh, aye, it is a lie, sir.
While you worked for Mr. Proctor, did you ever see any puppets?
Billy Proctor always kept puppets.
My wife never kept no puppets, sir. Mary Warren confesses they were her puppets, Your Excellency. When I went to arrest Goody Proctor, she said she never kept no puppets. But she did keep puppets when she were a girl. She's not been a girl these 15 years, sir.
But a puppet will keep 15 years, will it not? Keep it if it is kept.
Mary Warren confesses she never saw any puppets in my house, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been puppets hid where no one ever saw them?
Oh, and why might there not have been a dragon with 5 legs where no one saw that either?
We are here precisely to discover what no one has ever seen, Your Honour.
What profit did girl turn herself about? What made Mary Warren gang up? But hard questioning and words.
You are charging Abigail Williams with a marvellously cruel plot to murder. Do you know that?
I do, sir. Do you believe she means to murder?
This child would murder your wife.
Aye, sir. It is no child. Well, hear this. In the sight of the congregation, she hath twice this year been thrown out of the meeting house for laughter during prayer.
Laughter during prayer?
She were under Tituba's power at the time, but she is solemn.
Aye, now she is solemn and goes to hang people.
Quiet, man!
Surely I have no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Tell the deputy governor how you danced in the woods.
Excellency, since I came to Salem, this man is blaspheming my name.
Pray, peace. What's this dancing?
Abigail leads the girls to the woods, sir, and they have danced there, thank you.
I can only say...
Mr. Paris discovered them himself in the dead of night. There's a child, she is.
Deny, Mr. Paris.
I can only say, sir, that I never saw any of these girls naked.
But they have danced in the woods. Abigail?
Your Honour, when I first arrived from Beverly, Mr. Paris told me that.
Mr. Paris?
I can only say that I never saw any of them naked.
But they have danced!
Excellency, you'll permit me?
Pray.
Say you never saw no spirit, Mary. I never threatened or afflicted by any manifest of the devil or the devil's agent.
No, sir.
And yet, when people accused of witchcraft confronted you in the court, you would speak, saying that spirits come into their bodies and attack you.
Oh, I pretend, sir.
I cannot hear you.
Pretend, sir.
But you did turn yourself cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times, and your skin were icy. Mr. Danny.
Yes, we saw that many times.
No, we're pretending, sir. They're all marvellous pretenders.
Then she can pretend to speak now.
No. Why not? Now that there are no spirits attacking her, for no one in this courtroom is accused of witchcraft. Therefore, let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend that she is attacked now. Let her faint. Faint.
is lacking now?
I have no sense of it now, sir.
Might it be that in here there are no spirits, but in the court there were
I
some?
never saw those spirits.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can fight by your own will as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Can you not pretend it?
I cannot.
Then you will confess yourself, will you not? If her attacking spirits made you faint.
No, sir.
Excellency, this is a trick to blind
It's
us.
not a trick. I used to think, because I thought I saw spirits.
Thought you saw
But
them?
I did not, Your Honor.
How can you think you saw them unless you saw them?
I cannot tell how, but I did. The other girls were screaming. And you, Your Honor, you seem to believe them, and it was only sport in the beginning, sir. But then the whole world cried spirits. And I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw them, but I did not.
Surely your excellency is not taken in by this simple lie.
Abigail. Abidina, child. Search your heart, and beware. God's vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Could these spirits be something of an illusion only, something that may cross your mind?
It's a big question, sir.
Child, I would have you answer it.
Mr. Danforth, I've been hurt. I've seen my blood running out. I've been near commanded every day because I've done my duty in pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward. To be questioned, mistrusted.
Child, we do not mistrust you.
Mr. Danforth, think you be so mighty that the power of hell will not turn your way. Beware of it. There is a...
What is it, child?
Stop it! Go away on me! Your Honor, I'm free!
They're pretending! She's told Your Honor, touch her!
Mary, did you send this shadow on me? Lord, save me! I'm free! I'm free! Where's the cold breath? Mommy, don't do that!
Mary, what do you, witcher? Do you send your spirit out against her? Mary, no! No, Mary! Charge! Tears of horror!
Thou shalt suck a string to stab me with
Will you
power!
prove this? It will not pass!
I've known her, sir. I've known her.
You are a lecher!
Don't! You cannot say it.
Francis, I wish you had some even. If I'd known we met her. A man will not so lightly give away his good name, Mr. Danforth. You must surely see that.
In what time? In what place?
Probably. Of our beasts of heaven. On the last night of my joy, 8 months past. She used to serve me in my house, sir. A man may think that God sees, but God sees everything. I know that now. I beg you, sir, I beg you, see her for what she is. Oh, what? My dear good wife took her soon after and put her on the high road. She, being what she is, sir, a lump of vanity. Give me excellency. Give me. She thinks to dance with me on my wife's grave. And will she not? For I thought of her softly. And help me, I lusted. And there is a promise in such sweat. But it is a whore's vengeance. You will see that, Mr. Danforth. I am entirely in your hands. You must see it.
You deny every scrap and tittle of this?
I must ask her. I will leave it. I will not go back.
I have made a vow of my honour. And from the tomb of my good name. You will see it, Mr. Danforth. My wife is innocent. Except she knew a whore when she saw one.
What look did you give me? On what head of
You will stay where you are! Mr. Paris, go into the court and bring good wife Proctor here. Bring her here! And tell her not one word of what's been spoken here, and let her not before you enter. Now we'll reach the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you see, is a good woman.
I see. Such a woman that never lies. Them that cannot weep, and them that cannot see. My wife cannot lie, sir. I've much to learn it.
And when she put this girl out on the high road, she put her out for a harlot.
I saw she did.
And knew her for a harlot.
I saw. She knew her for a harlot.
And if it be for harlot, you child, may God spread his mercy on you. Hold! Turn your back. Turn your back! Do likewise. Now let neither of you turn to face Goody Proctor. Let no one in this court speak one word or raise a gesture to your name. Enter! Mr. Shiva, report this testimony in all its exactness. Are you ready, sir?
Ready.
Now, Goody Proctor, look at me. In my eyes only, not at your husband. In my eyes only.
Sir?
We are given to understand that at one time you dismissed your servant Abigail Williams.
That is true, sir.
Of what cause did you dismiss her? Woman, look at me! Was she slovenly? Was she lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honor, at that time I was sick, and my husband, he is a good and righteous man. He's never drunk as some are, nor wasting his time at the shovel board, always at his work. But in my sickness, you see, I was sick for a long time after my last baby. I came to thinking that my husband was turning from me somewhat. And this girl...
Look at me!
Hi, sir, Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to thinking he fancied her. And one night I lost my wits, I think, and put her out on the high road.
And your husband, did he indeed turn from you? Look at me! To your knowledge, has John Proctor ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer me! Is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remove her whole heart.
Elizabeth, tell the truth!
She has spoken! Remove her.
Elizabeth, I've confessed it! You haven't got to say my name!
Your Honour, it was a natural night to tell. I beg you now, stop before another is condemned. I may shut my conscience to it no longer. Private business is working through this testimony. This man has always struck me true. By my oath to heaven, I believe him now. I beg you to hold back his wife.
She spoke nothing of lechery, and this man has lied.
I believe him. This girl has always struck me false, sir. She has...
What is it, child? What's that? Child! Girls! Winding! Where?
Where's a bird? I've seen a bird! Mr. Hale!
Be quiet! Be quiet!
You cannot want to take my face! And Jesus has he said, Mary! Mary! Oh, Mary, this is the black house of shame! No! No, I cannot stop my husband! No! I'm here!
They're pretending!
Mary, please don't come down! I cannot! She's coming out!
Lies! Lies!
Please don't hurt her! You're touching her!
Where does she see this vision?
She sees nothing! She sees nothing! Abby, you mustn't! Abby, you mustn't! I'm here! I'm here! I'm here!
Draw back your spirit out of them!
The devil! Mr. Devil!
You've seen the devil, have you not?
Never!
Why can they only repeat you?
Give me a whip, I'll stop them!
Abby, stop it! Abby, stop it! Stop it!
How the hell have you afflicted? Now it seems you're quit of us. Where did you find this power?
They're calling you, mister!
What have you to tell about these past few weeks? You've seen the devil, have you not?
I cannot believe him.
You've seen the devil, have you not?
Go down to the lies, Mary!
I cannot hear you. You hang if you don't confess. Do you know who I am?
Mary! You're an angel!
You hang if you don't
Tell me what you
confess.
say to the devil!
I'm just fighting Mary, please!
You hang if you don't confess what you say.
What innovation can you do?
Will you speak?
I cannot! I cannot!
Mary! Trample him, look him in the face! We'll save you, Mary!
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 Nothing!
You're the devil's man!
Praise God!
Oh, I hate with you! I love God, I love God!
He bids you do the devil's work!
Okay? He come at me by night and by day to sign
To sign what?
my
The
name.
devil's book, you come in the book.
He want my name? I'll murder you, he says, if my wife hangs. We must go into the court, he says.
Mr. Hale!
His eyes were like coal, and his fingers clawed my neck. And I signed.
This child's gone wild!
Mary!
I'll go your way no more. I love God. I bless God. I mean, I'll never have you more.
What? You're combined with the Antichrist, are you not? I've seen your power. You'll not deny it. What say you, mister?
Excellency!
I'll have nothing from you, Mr. Hale. You've seen the Antichrist, have you not? Will you confess yourself when you keep that black allegiance yet? What say you, mister? Say. I say God is dead! Hear it! Hear the fire! The fire is burning! I hear the boot of Lucifer! I see his filthy face! And it is my face! And yours, Comfort! For them that quail to bring men out of ignorance, as I have quailed! And it's you all quail now, when you know in your black hearts it is fraud! God damns our kind especially! And we will burn! We will burn together! Marshal, take him and call him into the jail! You are pulling heaven down and raising up a hall! John! It's a hall! I quit this hall! Mr. Hale! Mr. Hale! Sarah, wake up! Sarah, good!
Majesty? Oh, coming. Just about. Majesty here.
Go to the north cell. This place is wanted now. Come along now, this place is wanted.
Oh, it's you, Marshal. I thought sure you were the devil come. Can I have a decide if you go away?
And where are you off to then, Sarah?
We're going to Barbarian. Soon the devil gets here with the feathers and the wings.
Oh, and a happy voyage to you.
As the birds winging away southward. Oh, it's a grand transformation, Marshal.
You best give me that now. You'll never rise off the ground. Come along, come along.
I'll speak to him if you desire to come along, Marshal.
I shouldn't refuse it, Tituba. The proper morning to fly into hell.
Oh, it's been our hell in Barbados. The devil, in me pleasure man in Barbados. In me singing and dancing in Barbados. It's your fault. You're random up round here. If they took her around, that's all right. He's freezing solid, must have been in Barbados. He's all to me. I'm here, Majesty!
The deputy governor's arrived. Come and down, come and down.
I'm going
not the devil, that's just a poor old cow with a hat full of milk. Come along! Come along! Come along! Move on! Good morning, Excellency.
Where's Mr. Paris?
I'll call him.
Marshal,
Excellency.
when did Reverend Hale arrive?
It was towards midnight, I think.
What's he about here?
He goes among them that will die, sir, and he prays for them. He's as good in earth now. Mr. Paris with him.
That man has no authority to enter here. Why do you let him in?
Oh, well, Mr. Paris commanded me, sir. I cannot refuse him.
Are you drunk, Marshal?
No. It's a bitter night, and I have no fire here.
Come, Mr. Paris.
Right, sir.
There's a stench in this place.
I've just now cleared the people out for you.
We're hard friends, Marshal.
Right, sir.
That's your question, Hale, Your Excellency. Should not be surprised if we have been preaching in Andover lately.
We'll come to that. Speak nothing of Andover. Paris, please. That's...
Excellency, I wonder if it would be wise to let Paris so continuously with a prisoner. I think sometimes man has a mad look about him these days.
Mad?
I met him yesterday morning coming out of his house, and I bid him good day. And he wept and went his way. I think it's done well that the village sees him so unsteady.
Perhaps he has some sorrow.
I think it'd be the cow, sir. Cat. There'll be so many cows wandering the high road, now their masters are in jail, and much disagreement over whom they will belong to now. I know Mr. Paris be arguing with farmers all yesterday. There is much contention, sir, about the cow. Contention making weak. There's always a man that wept for contention.
Ah, good morning, sir. Thank you for coming. I beg your pardon for waking you so early. Good morning, Judge Hazel.
Mr. Paris Mr. Hale has no right to enter.
Excellency, a moment.
Do you wish to hail with a prisoner?
What's his business here?
Excellency, hear me. It is a providence. Reverend Hale has returned to bring Rebecca Nurse to God.
Bid her confess?
Hear me. Rebecca had not given me a word this 3 months since she came back. Now she sits with him and her sister and Martha Corey and 2 or 3 of the others, and he pleads for them to confess their crimes and save their lives.
Why, this is indeed a providence. And they confess.
Not yet. But I thought to summon you, sir, that we may think on whether it be not wise to. I thought to put a question, sir, and I have...
Mr. Paris, be plain. What troubles you?
There is news, sir. There is news that the court must reckon with. My niece, sir. My niece, I believe she is vanished.
Vanished?
Aye, sir. I thought to summon you earlier in...
Why? How long have they gone?
This will be the 3rd night. You see, sir, she told me she would stay a night with Mercy Lewis. The next day, when she does not return, I sent to Mr. Lewis to inquire. Mercy told me she would sleep in my house.
They are both gone?
Aye, sir.
I'll send a party for them. Oh, where might they be?
Excellency, I think they'd be aboard the ship. My daughter tells me how she heard them speaking of ships last week. Tonight, I discovered my strong box is broken into.
She have robbed you?
£31 is gone, sir. I'm penniless.
Mr. Paris, you're a brainless man.
Excellency, it profits nothing you should blame me. I cannot think that they would run off, except they fear to keep insane them anymore. Mark it, sir. Abigail had close knowledge of the town, and since the news of Andover has...
Andover is remedied. The court will resume there on Friday and resume examination.
I'm sure of it, sir. But rumour here speaks rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
I tell you what is said here, sir. Andover has thrown out the court, they say, will have no part in witchcraft. There is a faction here feeding on the news, sir. And I speak true. I fear there will be a riot.
Riot? Why, at every execution I have seen not but high satisfaction in the town.
Judge Haythorne, they were another sort that hanged till now. Rebecca is no Bridget that lived 3 years with Bishop before she married him. John Proctor is no Isaac Ward that drank his family to ruin. I would to God it were not so, sir, but these people have great weight yet in the town. Rebecca stand on the gibbet and send up some righteous prayer, and I fear she will wake a vengeance upon us all. She have been condemned.
I'll bring it. How do you propose then?
Excellency, I would postpone these.
There will be no postponement.
Now Mr. Hale's return, there is hope, I think. For if we bring even one of these to God, then that confession surely damns the others in the public eye, and none may doubt more so that they are all linked to hell. This way, unconfessed, doubts are multiplied. Many honest people will weep for them, and all our good purpose will be lost in their tears.
Give me the list.
It mustn't be forgotten, sir, that when I summoned the congregation to John Proctor's excommunication, there were barely 30 people come to hear it. That speaks of discontent, sir.
There will be no postponement.
Excellency!
Now I pray you. Which of these may be brought to God? I myself will contend with them till the morning.
There is not sufficient time till dawn.
I will do my utmost. Which do you think may be brought to God?
Excellency. A dagger.
What's that?
Last night, when I opened my door to leave my house, the dagger clattered to the ground. You cannot hang this sword! There is danger for me! I dare not step outside at night!
Mr. Hale, we are glad to see you return to the good work.
You must pardon them. They will not punish.
You mistake me, mister. I cannot pardon these when 12 are already hanged for the same crime. It's not just.
Rebecca will not confess.
Excellency, the sun will rise in a few more minutes. I need more time.
Now hear me, and beguile yourselves no more. Them that will not confess will hang. 12 are already hanged, and the name of these 7 be given out. The village expects to see them die in the morning. Postponement now speaks of philanderer on my part. When I speak God's law, I'll not crack its voice with whimpering. And if retaliation be your fear, I'll tell you this. I've had 10,000 that dare stand against the law. And the notion of salt tears will not melt the resolutions of the statues. You've spoken with the law, Mr. Hale.
Robert Proctor is in the dungeon.
What's Proctor's way now?
He's sick to act some great bird. You don't know he lives, except he'll take food from time to time.
His wife, she must be well on with child by now.
She is, sir.
What say you, Mr. Parris? You've closer knowledge of this man. Might the presence of his wife soften?
It is possible, sir. They have not laid eyes on her these 3 months. I should summon her. What's Proctor's way now?
Is he yet at it? Has he struck at you?
He cannot now, sir. He is chained to a wall now.
Let you bring up Proctor's wife, and bring up Proctor himself.
If you postpone a week and publish to the town that you are striving for their confession, that speaks mercy on your part, not faltering.
Mr. Hale, as God has not empowered me like Joshua to stop this sun from rising, so I cannot keep them from the perfection of their punishment.
If you think God wills you to raise rebellion, Mr. Danforth,
You have heard rebellion spoken in this town.
Excellency, all orphans wandering from house to house, abandoned cattle bellow on the high road, the stink of broken cloth hangs everywhere, and no man knows when a harlot's cry will end his life, and you yet wonder if rebellion is spoken. Better you should marvel whether do not burn your province.
Mr. Hale, you have spoken in anger by this one.
Thank God they have no need of you, Hangover.
Black holy son, why have you returned here?
Why? It is simple. I come to do the devil's work. I come to counsel Christians that they should be liars. There is blood on my head. Can you not see the blood on my head?
Shh. Good evening, sir. I hope you're healthy.
And yet 6 months before my time.
We come not for your life. We, Mr. Hale, would you speak with the woman?
Lady Proctor, your husband is marked for hanging.
I heard it.
You know, Jim, that I have no connection with the court. I come of my own doing. I would save your husband's life. Or if it is taken, I count myself his murderer. Do you understand me?
What do you want with me?
Goody Potter, I have gone this far, like our great Lord into the wilderness. I have sought a Christian way. For damnation is doubled on a minister who counsels men to lie.
It is no lie. You cannot speak of lies.
It is a lie. They are innocent.
I'll have no more of that.
Let you not mistake your duties as I mistake my own. I came into this village like a bridegroom to his beloved, bearing gifts of high religion. So it down upon his own I brought. And what I touched with my right hand died. And where I turned the eye of my great face, blood flowed up. Beware, Goody Potter, cleave to no faith where faith brings blood. It is mistaken law that leads you to sacrifice. Life, woman, life is God's most precious gift. No principle, however glorious, may justify the taking of it. I beg you, prevail upon your husband to confess. Let him give his life. Well, not before God's judgment in this. But there will be that God damns a liar less than he that throws his life away for pride. Will you plead with him? I cannot think to listen to another.
I think that be the devil's argument.
Before the eyes of God we are as swine. We cannot beat his will.
I cannot dispute with you. I have to learn before it.
Goody Proctor. He'll hang with the sunrise, your husband. Do you know that? And then no wifely tenderness is within you.
The devil cried up in
Fear of within you. I'll get you, woman. If it were not, if I'd no other proof of your unnatural life, your dry eyes would tell me so much now. A very ear could weep at such a calamity. Go take her away, profit nothing that you should speak to him.
Let me speak with him.
You'll strive with him. You bid him confess.
I promise nothing. Let me speak with him.
I leave the next to me.
Mr. Proctor, you've been notified, have you not? Come, man, there's light in the sky. That you contend with your wife and make God help you spread your tongue. Back on hell.
If you desire a cup of cider, Mr. Proctor. God lead you. John,
Well,
no word of the Lord.
they are fine. The second candle, the equal.
Not seen them.
I have not.
But marvelously.
You have been tortured.
I took for my life now.
No.
None have yet confessed.
Very many confess.
Who are they?
Very 100 or more. To be bound. I died with kind another. Very many.
Rebecca.
Not Rebecca. Rebecca is one who is heaven now. Nor may hurt her more.
And John.
Have you not heard it?
I hear nothing where I'm dead.
Some said.
I'm really fine.
You were not harmed. You would not answer I on lady's indictment. If you denied the charge, you be hung surely. They don't turn out property. So you stand mute.
How does he die?
They pressed him, John. Great stone, they lay upon his chest. But in the answer, I or no. They say he gave them but 3 words. More weight, he says, and died.
Oh, wait.
I, whoever did the man, tells Corey.
I've been thinking that I would confess to them, Elizabeth. What say you? I give them that.
I cannot judge you, John, I cannot.
What would you have me do?
You will, I would have it. Be living, that's for sure.
Charles' wife? Have she confessed?
She will not.
She's a pretense, Elizabeth.
What is?
I cannot back to give it like a state. My honesty is broke. It's a fraud. I am not that man. Nothing is spoiled now by giving them this lie that we're not rotten long before.
Yet you have not confessed until now. That speaks good business.
Lies only keeps me silent. It's hard to give a lie to don't. I would have your forgiveness, Elizabeth.
It is not for me to give.
I would have you see some honesty in it. And them that never lie dying out to save their souls. For me it is a pretense. For vanity that will not blind God or keep our children from the wind. Say you.
It comes to naught that I should forgive you if you'll not forgive yourself. It's not my soul, John. It's yours. Only be sure of this. Whatever it is you will do, it's a good man that does it. I have searched my own heart this past 3 months. I have sinned on my own account. It takes a cold wife to protect you.
Oh, enough, enough.
Better you should know.
I will not hear it, I know you.
You take my sins upon you.
No, I take my own. I take my own.
I thought myself so plain, so poorly made, no honest love could come to me. Suspicion kissed you when I did. I never knew how to say my love. It was a cold house I kept.
Oh. What say you, Proctor? Sun's soon up.
Do as you will. None be your judge. There is no higher judge under heaven than Proctor is. Forgive me. I never knew you could be.
I will have my life.
You will confess yourself.
I want my life.
God be praised. It is a providence. Proctor will confess. He will confess.
Why was she crying? Evil? Is it not?
I cannot judge you. I cannot.
And who will judge me? God in heaven? What is John Proctor? What is John Proctor? I think I see some honesty in it. I think I do. I am no saint. Let Rebecca go like a saint. For me it is fraud.
Do as you will. Let none be your judge.
Give them this lie. Say, do you give them this? You would not. Tongues of fire were singeing you. You would not. This is evil. Good day. It is evil and I do it.
Praise be to God, man. Praise be to God. You'll be blessed in heaven for this. Now, speak slowly and to the point, for Mr. Cheever's sake.
Why must it be written?
Why, for the good instruction of the village. This I shall post upon the church door.
Have you ever seen the devil? Come, man, take courage. Light in the sky. The town waits at the scaffold. Have you ever seen the devil? Yes. Praise God. And when he came to you, what were his demands? Did he bid you do the devil's work upon the earth? And you bound yourself to his service?
I did.
Come in, woman, come in.
Ah, John, you are well then.
Man, courage! Let her see your good example that she may come to God herself. Say on, Mr. Proctor. Did you bind yourself to the devil's service?
Why, John!
I did.
Now you surely see, it profit nothing that you should hide this conspiracy any further. Will you confess yourself with him?
Oh, John, may God have mercy on you.
Will you confess yourself with him?
Why, it is a lie, it is a lie. How may I damn myself? I cannot,
Mr. Proctor, when the devil came to you, did you ever see Rebecca Nurse in his company?
Oh.
Did you ever see her sister, Mary Eastby, with the devil?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see Martha Corey with the devil?
I did not.
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
I did not.
You mistake me, mister. I'm not empowered to trade your life for a lie. A score of people have already testified they saw this woman with
Then it is true. Why must I say it?
Why must you say it? Why, you should rejoice to say it if your soul be truly purged of any love for hell.
They think to go like saints. I lie not to spoil their names.
Mr. Proctor, do you think they go like saints?
This woman never thought she'd done the devil's work.
It matters little what she thought. She is accused of the unnatural murder of children, and you for sending your spirit out against Mary Warren. Your soul alone is the issue here, mister, and you'll prove its whiteness or you cannot live in the Christian country. Now, did you ever see Rebecca Nurse?
I speak my own sins. I not judge another. I've no tongue for it.
It is enough. He has confessed. Let him sign. It is a great service, sir. It is a weighty name. I beg you, sir, let him sign it. It will strike the village of Proctor confess. I beg you, sir, let him sign it. The sun is up, Excellency.
Come then, man, sign. Give it to him. Come, man, sign.
You have all witnessed it. Is it not?
Will not sign.
You have all witnessed it. What more is needed?
Mr. Proctor, I must have your signed confession in my hand, or it's no confession.
Praise be to the Lord.
No!
Mr. Proctor, I must...
No! I've signed it. You've seen me, it is done. You have no need for this.
Proctor, the village.
Down the village! I confess myself to God. God sees my name upon this. It is enough.
No, sir, it is not
You
enough.
came here to save my soul, did you not? Here. I have confessed it. It is enough.
You have not confessed.
I have confessed myself. No pretendence, but it is public. Must God see my name nailed upon the church? God sees my name. God knows how black my sins are. It is enough.
Mr. Proctor, I must...
You will not use me. I am no very good or teachable. I am John Proctor. You will not use me. It is no part of salvation that you should use me.
We do not wish to...
I have 3 children. How may I teach them to walk like men in the world? And I sold my friends.
You have not sold
I begar me not, Mr. Dumford. I flatten all of them, but this is nailed to the church the very day they hang for silence.
Mr. Proctor, I must have good
You are the High Court. Your word is good enough. Tell them. and I confessed myself. Say, Proctor broke his knees and wept like a woman. Say what you will, but my name
It is the same, is it not? If I report it or you sign to it!
It's not the same! What I say and what I sign to is not the same!
Mr. Proctor, do you mean to deny this confession?
I mean to deny nothing!
Then tell me, mister, why will you not?
Because it is my name! Because I cannot have another in my life! Because I lie! And I sign myself to lies! And because I am not worth the dust on the feet of them that hang! How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul! Leave me with my name!
Is that document a lie, mister? If it is a lie, I'll not accept it. I'll not deal in lies, mister. What say ye? You'll give me your signed confession in my hand, or I cannot keep you from the road. Which way do you go?
Master! Proctor! Man, you cannot! I can! It's your first marvel. I can. You made your magic now. Now I think I see a shred of goodness in John Proctor. Not enough to weave a banner with, but wise enough to keep it from such dogs. No tear. Tears pleasure. Go on around. A stony heart. And sink them with it.
Let you fear nothing. Another judgment awaits us all.
Hang an eye over that town! A week for these, week for corruption! Come on!
Not easy.
Go to him, bloody Proctor, there is yet time! Go to him! Proctor! Proctor! Woman, plead with him, be his helper. It is pride, it is vanity. What profit him to plead? Shall the dust praise him? Shall the worms declare his truth? I beg you, go to him. He has